Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing a weekend preview, a bit late this week I'm afraid. But yeah, so last week the videos I did was 70s prog week, so I did reviews of King Crimson's Red, the last album of John Wetton. I did a review of Camel's Mirage, and I also did a review of Rush's 2112, and they've all got, decent views, and, I'm really happy. I think Prog Week was a great success. Unfortunately, though, I did not get round to doing this, Pictures and Exhibition, which I said I was originally going to do. But the thing is that really I'd not heard any ELP before, and I wanted the ELP album I wanted to start with was Brain Salad Surgery, and I finally managed to, well, my dad lent it to me. And yeah, so I want to listen to this first, and I will do some ELP reviews in the future, but it just didn't get time in Prog Week. Yeah, so, and also I did a review of the Avengers film, or Avengers Assemble if you live in the UK, that came out in America last week, but few weeks ago in the UK and the rest of the world. Don't know why it came out so late in America. But yeah, and this week really not much is going to happen, and there isn't going to be much happening for quite a while after next week. Next week is going to be a really big video week, but this week and the weeks after next are going to be pretty sparse, to be honest. So, this week, the only album review I'm doing is The Power Within by Dragon Force. I was meaning to review this a while ago and just did not get round to it, but yeah, I really want to do a review of this. I have listened to it a couple of times, but I certainly need to review it. And also I want to start a new series of, it was going to be my top 25 bands of all time, but instead I've decided to make it top 50, so that's why it wasn't last week. But this week, definitely first starting from 50 to 40, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good series, and this is going to be every Saturday for the next 5 weeks odd. So that will certainly cover most of the time that I'm going to be on my little hiatus for a month. I'll be doing that every Saturday, and that's really going to be the only regular videos I'll be doing until the end of June, beginning of July, and then, into the summer, loads of stuff. And next week, I said it's going to be a big video week, and that's because it's Deer Week. I'll reveal more in my next week's weekend preview and tell you all about what's going to happen in Deer Week. And yeah, I think it's going to be really good. Okay, so I've decided to start a little new segment on my weekend previews, and this is the what I've been listening to this week. So, except for, I've obviously been listening to a lot of prog stuff for my album reviews, but outside of that, I was listening to another prog album. I was listening to Jethro Tull's Aqualung. I mean, what a great album, it really is a classic, and I really want to get Thick as a Brick on vinyl. That just looks really cool. I've been listening to Metallica's Saint Anger. I'm going to be doing Metallica discography in the summer, so I'm not going to say much about this, but it isn't exactly Master of Puppets at all. And I've also been listening to Status Quo's Rockin' All Over the World. This is such a great album. Really am getting into Quo. I've got a lot of vinyls of those, literally about 10 consecutive albums, from Two Head Dog to Back to Black, or not Back to Black, Back to Back. Something like that, and this is such a great album. Really enjoyed listening to this quite a lot. So now we come to the miscellaneous part of the weekend preview. So I did a little update video, but just to tell you again, I brought back my channel, The Console Man. I decided to, mainly because I just felt like it's not going to be my main channel. This is always my main channel. That's just a little side thing that I'll sometimes do, but it's not going to be very regular. But in the weeks in preview, I'll announce when I'm starting a playthrough or I've ended one. But I really don't want to spend much time on this, because this is a music channel, so, it's for things music related, not games. But, I'll still mention it a bit. But, so, I completed a little playthrough of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Junior. Don't ask me why I did this, I just pretty much felt like it, and yeah, it was actually quite fun, even if it is an irritating game. And I might this week be starting Rayman, the original Rayman for the PlayStation 1 playthrough. I don't know, to be honest. It depends if I get time. Obviously, my review of The Power Within and Top 50 Bands comes first. Anyway, Something I wanted to talk about is that the upcoming Tenacious D album. Now, I'm not really a Tenacious D fan. I quite like one song, but would never buy any of their stuff, mainly because I hate Jack Black with a burning passion. I hate him as an actor and a musician, to be honest. Yeah, he just really, really grinds my gears. And I found a free stream of the new Tenacious D album, Wires of the Phoenix, and Phoenix spelt like a dyslexic. And I thought, it's a free stream, why not give it a go? So I listened to most of it, and it was awful. I mean, really, really awful. It is one of the worst albums I've heard all year, if not the worst. It is absolutely atrocious. I don't know how it can be considered music. Track 4 or 5 or something literally has no music in it. It is just a comedy sketch between Jack Black and his stupid brother. They really, really irritate me, and I really hate this album. I would not recommend this to anyone. And anyone looking forward to it, just don't. It's awful. Just do not buy this album unless you see it really cheap and you're a massive Tenacious D fan. But still, it's just, no. And, okay, I also want to say that I've done a little update on my rating system. I've decided it was a bit flawed, because I had a 6 out of 10 as an average album, and it doesn't really make much sense because 5 is in the middle. So I just go through my rating system quickly, so, you all know. So 0 to 0.5 is the worst album ever. 1 to 1.5, it means it's unlistenable. 2 to 2.5 means it's awful. 3 to 3.5 means it's bad. 4 to 4.5 means it's below average. 5 to 5.5 means it's average. 6 to 6.5 means it's decent. 7 to 7.5 means it's good, solid. 8 to 8.5 means it's very good. 9 to 9.5 means it's amazing. And 10 means it's exceptional. So, yeah, this is going to be the rating system I'm going to adopt for all my future videos. Obviously, my older videos follow my older rating system, which I did a video about a couple of months ago. It was quite a dark video and stuff. And yeah, so this is the rating system I'm adopting now, just to tell you all so you know. Okay, if you see my marks go a bit lower, that's why. Okay, so what albums come out this week? Actually, I forgot to have a look on my calendar. Let's see, what albums come out this week? Literally nothing of interest this week. Really nothing of interest. The 21st of May, that's interesting. Well, the week of the 21st, because the Slash album comes out, Apocalyptic Love, which is my most anticipated album of the year, and has been for a long time. Then Joe Bonamass's new album, Driving Towards the Daylight, comes out, which I'm so excited for. And an album I don't know if I'm going to pick up, Event Horizons. No, I Am I's Event Horizon. That, if you don't know, is ZP Fiat from Dragon Force, is his new band. And I don't know, they're releasing it on USB stick, which is stupid. I don't know, it's one of those I might pick up cheap later, but yeah. Anyway, so no noticeable releases that I know about this week. Anyway, so in the news then, of course, the biggest news by far of the week has been Adam Yauch, aka MCA of the Beastie Boys, died of salivary gland cancer last week at only 47. Very sad news for music. He is obviously an influential figure. I can't say I like the Beastie Boys or anything he's ever done. I really do not like hip-hop or the Beastie Boys stuff at all. But still, it's a sad thing, somebody at that age, dying so suddenly. Well, it wasn't that sudden, but yeah, it's still sad in a way he couldn't attend the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, so, my sympathies do go out to his family, friends, and fans. Okay, and in lighter news, and this news just really, really annoys me. Viv Campbell, if you don't know who he is, the original Dio lineup, so Holy Diver album, for example, he was the guitarist in, with Vinnie Bass on drums, Jimmy Bain, and Claude Chanel. So, the thing is, Viv Campbell has decided he's going to reboot the original Dio lineup. He's going to reform Dio. But there's one main problem here. This is a pretty big problem. And the fact of the matter is that, Dio is dead, of course. That's why I'm doing Dio Week next week. And they're replacing him with Andy Freeman. Now, it's not Dio then, is it really? I mean, it's just not. And it just seems stupid. I don't know why they're doing it. You know, Dio, he should just be left on top. I don't mind the Dio disciples that much. They're not claiming to be, you know, Dio. They're just, you know, trying to spread his music a bit. But this really, really irritates me. I don't know why Viv Campbell wants to reboot Dio. You know, Dio's dead. They should just leave it at that. If they want to reform and do a new band with this Andy Freeman guy, wonderful. That would be really cool to hear Vinny a piece. You know, all the Dio guys with a new singer. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Obviously, it wouldn't be as good as Dio. You know, Dio is my favourite vocalist of all time. One of my all-time favourite artists. You'll find that in my bands list. And yeah, I just don't know why they're doing this, and it really does annoy me. So, yeah, this has been a week in preview from the Album Man. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.